Welcome to the final episode of this season's Christmas in July on Girls Gone Hallmark. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark movie fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
Today we're discussing A Dickens of a Holiday, which originally premiered on December 10th, 2021. And you should know that this is a revisit of our original review, which I did not listen to because I didn't want it to color my opinions.
I didn't either.
But I do recall it wasn't Wendy's favorite movie. And so many people have referenced this movie to us in the past 2.5 years that we thought it was worth a revisit.
Well, to be quite honest, I will never forget a DM we received after reviewing this movie that really ripped us a new one.
Oh, is this the origin of our expanded news and notes segment on this episode?
Indeed.
I did not know that that was the timeline in which that occurred. I did go back and look at the show notes of this episode, and there's like 2 news and notes.
Oh.
We were not news and notey at that time. We just would drop like a couple tidbits.
This was very much a bonus episode.
On our other podcast. Correct. And then after that, you see an expansion of the news and notes segment as it has come to exist today.
Yes. The DM that ripped us did lead to a better podcast, I think.
Indeed.
So, 'tis was the movie.
Interesting.
Do you want to hear a synopsis?
Sure.
To make the 100th anniversary of her hometown's Victorian Festival a success, Cassie invites action movie star and former high school classmate Jake to play in A Christmas Carol.
Paul Ziller directed. Paul currently has 60 directing credits, including 3 of the Curious Caterer movies, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, Roadhouse Romance, and Beverly Hills Wedding. Interesting that he has worked with both Palaha and D'Orsay. In addition to this movie, he's also directed 37 episodes of Untold Stories of the ER, but has worked almost exclusively for Hallmark since 2018.
He's done some good movies. Roadhouse Romance. I loved that movie. I need to revisit it this fall, I think. It's a good one. Mark Hefti and Julie Sherman Wolfe are responsible for the screenplay. Mark currently has 18 writing credits, including a world record Christmas, Mystery on Mistletoe Lane, and Unexpected Grace, all from 2023. Julie Sherman Wolfe needs no introduction, but in case you aren't familiar, Julie currently has 36 writing credits, including last year's hits Holiday Hotline and Field Day. She also wrote the fabulous A Holiday Spectacular and Girls Gone Hallmark favorite, Taking a Shot at Love. She did do a rewrite on this script.
Brooke D'Orsay stars as Cassie Pruitt. Brooke currently has 54 acting credits and recently starred in Crimes of Fashion, Killer Clutch. You can also find Brooke in the TV series Royal Pains and 2.5 Men.
Chris Palaha plays Jake Dorsey. Chris currently has 81 acting credits, including last year's smash hit, A Biltmore Christmas. He has 3 upcoming projects, including The Christmas Letter, starring Chevy Chase, which is set to hit theaters later this year, as well as the highly anticipated Hallmark movie, The Christmas Quest, co-starring Lacey Chabert.
It's going to be a good Christmas movie year. We got Palaha in theaters. We got Lacey on Netflix, plus so much good stuff coming to Hallmark. Chad Willett plays Craig Dorsey. Chad has 63 acting credits with appearances in Morning Show Mysteries, The Good Doctor, and the 1999-2000 Gone Way Too Soon series Jack and Jill. That is one of my TV heartbreaks that we never got a season 2. We'll never find out. Did you watch that show?
Mm-hmm.
That was my Amanda Peet gateway drug.
Max Archibald plays Brandon Dorsey. Since appearing in this movie, he has gone on to appear on the TV series Yellow Jackets, Nancy Drew, and Creepshow.
Giovanna Burke plays Allison Dorsey. She has appeared in Hallmark projects like Crime Time Freefall and A Winning Team.
Fun fact, this movie was nominated for 2 Leo Awards in 2022, Best Casting in a Television Movie and Best Picture Editing in a Television Movie.
What is your first impression of A Dickens of a Holiday?
Well, I'll be damned. This movie was pretty good.
My first impression is I've seen all I need to see. Palaha is the ultimate Scrooge.
So, like you, I did not go back and listen to our original. I don't know why I didn't like it. Maybe it was because I wasn't quite a former Hallmark hater yet.
Oh.
So do you see what I mean? Maybe I had these glasses on. I was like trying to be super critical.
Yeah.
About these movies.
I was going to see if I could pull up the transcript.
No, don't do that. But I will say this was a good movie. I think that this is probably the best role I've seen Brooke D'Orsay in. When she's on stage and she's watching Jake like work through the monologue, she's got tears in her eyes. And I'm like, is she a really good actor here? Or is she truly moved by what she's seen? Or both? Both can exist, right? And when that scene where like he's trying to get into Scrooge and she's like touching his face and like,
yes, that's my note.
Oh, it was so good.
How she like physically molds him into character. That's one of the things I loved about this movie is it's kind of like a meta take on acting because it's a movie about acting, obviously stage acting, but there's so many of those moments that are so great, like her sitting on stage and watching him into getting into character and the way she helps him. I thought it was such an interesting way as a person who's not an actor thinking about the physicality of getting into character. I loved it.
Yeah, that was really good. That was a really good scene.
On a lighter note, I thought the mayor telling Cassie to call Jake, like, just give him a call. You guys went to high school together. It gave me major Kris Jenner, what if you just called Taylor up vibes.
Oh.
Like, just give Jake a call. He's a major movie star, but he'll take your call.
How did she get his phone number?
Don't remember. Maybe she had it from high school.
How do you just get a major movie star? Like, I'm guessing
she asked his parents. I mean, he's from the same town.
True. Okay, I'm trying to like, what's the equivalent here of like a real, movie star? He's not supposed to be like Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to mind. But is he like that
guy that's married
Hawkeye? Who's Hawkeye?
Oh, I don't know.
The one who had the major snow plow accident?
Yeah. Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, Jeremy Renner, I feel like might be the equivalent.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm down with that. I like that. Yeah, but it was funny. Like, how do you just call him up?
Speaking of funny, I think the funniest scene Hallmark has ever made is the action sequence with the green screen.
It was hilarious.
It's so funny. The fan and I just love it. It makes me laugh out loud. And I've seen it before and I still think it's hilarious. Did you like anything else?
Yeah, I did. Palaha, excellent in this movie. So good. And again, like at that time when I watched it originally, this was probably the first movie I had seen him in. And I was like,
Yeah.
He's so good.
Man, that Scrooge acting he does is next level.
I agree.
I'm like, oh, why isn't he playing Scrooge on stage?
Oh, yeah.
Like he 100%, I've never seen a Scrooge like that.
Yeah, he was really good. The monologues were outstanding in this movie. Outstanding. And I also found him so believable as the unlikable Hollywood type too. But funny, but not like terrible, not like he was a real jerk. He was just, in his lifestyle.
With the assistant that follows him everywhere he goes.
Finally, one thing I really liked about this movie is I really liked the directing from Paul Ziller. And it was one specific scene where they're rehearsing on stage and it's just so beautifully shot. And I don't know the technical terms because I'm not a director. Like I don't know anything about a back end of filming a movie, but I was so drawn in. It was like this sweeping shot that like came around to Chris on stage and like the lighting and it was so good. It was really good.
You ready for wishes? So I actually wish Cassie didn't tell him to go to the party to meet the dude for the role.
Why?
Because I think
she needed him for her production.
Yeah, you made a commitment. Supporting him is one thing. Like she didn't want to be the reason that he was stuck. She didn't want him to stay for her. She wanted him to have his dreams. But you came back and you made a commitment to these people, to this town. I feel like she should have said, give him a phone call and say, look, I've committed to my hometown to playing this role. I will fly anywhere to meet you, but I can't be at your party. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But this role is so important to me.
It's super fair. Super fair.
But I need to be here.
Instead, we get, I think it's a very classic Hallmark move where, like, the woman, like, yes, she's the director of this, but
You're like, what I wanted is small compared to your
yes,
dream.
exactly. I don't like that.
What'd you wish for?
Goes along with what you just said, the manufactured conflict of Jake getting his dream job, but then has to attend the party to seal the deal on Christmas Eve.
Come on.
That's your biggest pet peeve with these movies.
Yeah, this guy's not throwing an industry party on Christmas Eve.
Certainly one that's not like a job is hanging in the balance.
Yeah.
I just don't like those kind of inflated conflicts.
Right. Me either.
That's the only thing I wish for.
Same. You ready for Did You See That?
I am.
Major Ace Hardware product placement.
Oh my gosh, was that so funny?
Like the exterior of the store, the bags. I would just love to see the Ace Hardware payday on that one.
They're like, here, guys.
We don't get that a lot anymore. This might have been like the death knell of product placement. I haven't seen a lot of it in these movies.
And
we did see some Daisy sour cream,
Yeah.
I think, in the Holiday Hotline movie.
yes.
But it used to be so much more blatant. We don't see a lot of it anymore. I enjoy it. I find it funny when we see those.
The Daisy was pretty blatant in Holiday Hotline.
It was... I reference the Wayne's World movie pretty much constantly. Have you ever seen the original Wayne's World movie?
I don't think so.
They do a spoof on product placement where they're like in a bar and someone takes a Nuprin and they shake it into their hand and all of a sudden it goes black and white except the Nuprin themselves are yellow. And they zoom in straight to the camera. They're like, Nuprin, little, yellow, different. They pop it and then it goes back to the scene.
What the hell is Nuprin?
It's a pain reliever.
Oh.
That I think you've only ever seen commercials for. I feel like it was like The Price is Right, sponsored by Nuprin.
Oh, I see.
Asper cream, like something you've never purchased. But anyway, it reminds me of that Wayne's World scene anytime I see it.
Like the guy delivering the paint. Hey guys, I'm Joe from Ace Hardware. I brought your paint. Yeah, he doesn't say those things, but I've never had Ace Hardware deliver anything to my house.
No, but I bet they would.
Do you think? I have an Ace Hardware somewhat close to here. It's a really great store.
I actually prefer it to a larger store. Girls Gone Hallmark brought to you by Ace Hardware. It feels like a small town hardware store.
Yes.
Because it's physically smaller.
Yeah. They have great gifts there too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I have like a full gift section.
Well, look at that.
I know.
We would accept an Ace Hardware sponsorship, by the way.
Absolutely. Here's my only Did You See That? And it has to do with the title of this movie with the exclamation point at the end of it. I don't understand it. I DM'd Julie Sherman Wolfe and asked her, and she said she doesn't know because she did not name the movie.
That's very interesting. I saw that exchange with Julie. I even Googled because I was like, is A Christmas Carol, does it have an exclamation point in the title? It doesn't.
If somebody knows, please email us at girlsgonehallmark@gmail.com because
A Dickens of a Holiday.
4 years ago, I'm still thinking about this exclamation point.
My final Did You See That are simply, we get some repeat location casting in this movie.
Oh.
The exterior of the Dickens Inn has played many, many roles in Hallmark movies. It's a very recognizable building, as well as the ice rink with the tree in the middle. And every single time I see it, I feel like that has got to be a liability. Like certainly someone has crashed into the Christmas tree in the middle of the ice rink. Like there's like decor all around it. You need ice and a wall.
Why would they do that?
I don't know, but it's in many, many movies. It's certainly nicer to look at. What did you rate A Dickens of a Holiday? I'm sorry. What did you rate A Dickens of a Holiday?
I gave it 4 stars.
Me too. Wow. Did we just give 3 identical back-to-back ratings?
Yeah, that's unusual for us.
It is. A little programming note. This is the end of Christmas in July here on Girls Gone Hallmark, but this is not the end of new programming this summer. We will be back starting on Thursday. We're back to Signed, Sealed, Delivered Summer with Higher Ground. We will finish out the series and on Tuesday the 20th, we have an addition to our schedule. Well, we will be doing Signed, Sealed, Delivered, A Tale of Three Letters. So come back for that. If there is an August new release that you're dying to hear a review from us, please email us, girlsgonehallmark@gmail.com. If you'd like to see the full schedule of August movies, you can see that at girlsgonehallmark.com. And finally, if you love this podcast, we love your 5-star ratings and reviews. You can leave them in the podcast app of your choice. Tell a friend. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.